Streaming setups cost thousands of dollars, but can you build one at a fraction of the cost and have it be just as good or even better? Well, I decided to go on the cheapest website, Temu, and try to build the best streaming setup using 5-star reviews. I'm gonna be setting an extreme budget of $500 and not going a single dollar over that. First off is a gaming PC, and if I'm working on a $500 budget, I ideally don't want the PC to be over $400, so I'm actually gonna set a filter. I'm gonna put it under 400 and also make sure the reviews are as high as possible. And despite a pretty tight budget, there are a few options, and the main thing I want is just a gaming PC with a graphics card. That's pretty much the only requirement. And basically our only option is this one over here, and clicking on it, it does have a graphics card. It is the GTX 650, which isn't that good, but it is a dedicated graphics card, which is miles ahead of a graphics card. It's not a good graphics card, but having a dedicated graphics card is miles ahead of integrated graphics almost in every scenario, and the rest of the specs still look good. But over the last 6 years of creating YouTube videos and streaming, I've realized one of the most important things is having a good quality camera. When I first started, I was using webcams. However, the biggest issue is most of them were just bad quality. So that's why I finally got this. It's from Hollyland, and it's called the VenusLiv Air. It's similar to a mirrorless camera, however, it's built specifically for streaming. It shoots in 4K with a large 1 by 1.3 inch CMOS sensor, so the quality on it is amazing. But with its big f1.05 lens, the details are still amazing even in good lighting conditions or bad lighting conditions with barely any light. It's also super easy for beginners because all you need to do is plug it in with a power cord and USB. You don't need a capture card or any of that complicated stuff at all. And as a beginner, you're still getting amazing quality out of the box because the camera comes with AI algorithms that automatically analyzes lighting conditions and adjusts your image in real time. There's even more features like a dedicated app for full control, and you can easily switch the camera for horizontal or vertical streaming. So make sure you at least check out the ultimate streaming camera with the first link in my description or pinned comment. And thank you so much to Hollyland for sponsoring this video. It does have 5-star ratings as well, literally 5-star exactly. What does everyone say? It's literally only one rating, and it was on December 26, 2025. So it was actually very, very recent. I think there was only one review on it. Yeah. So it is 5-star, and it looks like they did sell 14 of these. So that is nice to know that we do get a RGB keyboard and mouse included. I think it's these ones right over here. But yeah, looking at the picture, they don't have side buttons at all, and they don't look that good. So worst case, we do have a free keyboard and mouse included, but I probably will buy a separate one off of Temu. Now we're going to be looking for the second most expensive part of the setup, which probably is going to be the monitor, and we still need to actually make sure it is a 5-star rated item. And it looks like they have Valentine's Day sales, and as you guys can see from the bottom right, at the time of recording this, it's literally the 21st of January. So we're basically a month behind, but I'm not complaining for these early Valentine's sales, even though I know Temu kind of has fake sales sometimes. I need to make sure it is a 5-star rated item. And okay, this one actually looks pretty insane. It has 104 sold. It's also 27 inches, which I really, really do like. Is it from a name brand? It's just a, oh yeah, it's a certified refurbished AOC monitor. AOC is a pretty name brand that I do see on Amazon some of the time. So yeah, 0.5 millisecond response time. So even less than 1 millisecond response time, 180 hertz. So I don't even know if this PC will be able to take full advantage of that. Full HD 1080p monitor. It's also curved, only $93. I think this is an absolute steal of a monitor. And just to take a quick look at the reviews, okay, the box came damaged when I opened it. It was a Amazon renewed item paper inside. See, I told you I found these on Amazon, so I was skeptical. The monitor looks brand new and like it's never been used. So yeah, great monitor for the price, excellent, fine for the price, great condition, works like new. Okay, definitely gonna cop this. And adding this to the setup, ooh, our budget is already basically completely toast. $443. I'm definitely gonna wait until the end to add a keyboard and mouse because I need to make sure I can fit everything else in the streaming setup, and we need to start going pretty budget friendly on this. So let's go on to the first streaming part of the setup. Let's actually go gaming microphone, and we need to look for something super cheap. There's this one for $8, but it's not 5 stars. I only want 5-star rated items. I'm actually gonna go into the filters, and just to even save as much money as possible, I'm gonna see if there's any under $10. Oh, okay, this one actually right here, it's like 4.9 stars. It's basically as close as I can get, and it looks like it's on a Valentine's sale. All these other ones are actually rated lower. Yeah, so I think I'm actually gonna test my luck on this, and over 10,000 of them sold. It's 4.7 stars, so it is pretty close to 5 stars. Cool lighting, absolutely beautiful. I'm in love. Beautiful centerpiece for the kitchen bar. Why do you have this in your kitchen? I don't know why he has that in his kitchen, but it looks decent enough. It's just a USB microphone. We're gonna add this to the cart, and we only have about $45 left for this budget. Let's just go ahead and cop a quick gaming mouse pad, because I know these are pretty cheap. We just need any that are 5 stars. I'm just honestly gonna go for the cheapest mouse pad we possibly can, and it's this one that's $2. $2. I don't even know how they're making money on this. It's 5 stars exactly. Number 4 bestseller, over 2,000 sold, and yeah, this one just looks super cheap. Oh, okay, so as soon as I get the actual extra wide one, it's $7, but I think I'll just add this. Yeah, it's only the small one, and that's $2. Okay, I'm just gonna add this. $7. Okay, we have $40 left, and we still need a few more things. Let's go ahead and get our webcam for this setup. We basically don't need a gaming webcam. Any 1080p webcam will do the job. This one actually is $9. It's a best seller as well, $8.91. I think I'm just gonna go with this. I feel like the best seller has to be good, especially since we're going with like a 5-star. It also has like 5 red stars. Maybe this is like some super 5-star Temu thing. So yeah, the reviews, good product by Game Power 93. So we're definitely gonna be adding this to the setup, and we are getting awfully close to the $500 limit here. For any streaming setup, we still need a key light, so I'm just gonna go with like key light streaming. Okay, so we now found one that's 5 stars. It is a little bit more expensive, but it is a 10-inch light and also has the tripod, so it'll fit very nicely behind our desk as long as it is tall enough. 14 buckaroos though, kind of pricey. Okay, $16 left is all we have for the setup. So I have the PC, monitor, mouse pad. I do have a free keyboard and mouse, but anything else in the budget I definitely will use to upgrade those. We also have a microphone, key light, and webcam. So the only other thing we're missing is a gaming headset. I still want enough to at least buy a proper gaming mouse. These ones are only $3, but I do want a actual gaming headset because I just like headsets more. I think the cheapest option was honestly this one at the very beginning. Over 60,000 sold. Oh my gosh. So we can order this and even see if it's working. This isn't primarily 5 stars, but your boy kind of needs to stretch every dollar he possibly can, and we're gonna go with the black and blue one because it is like 40 cents less. So let's add that to the cart, and we now only have $10 left to spend. So for the last $10, I can game with a bad keyboard, but I can't use a bad mouse. I need a mouse with at least side buttons, so we're gonna look for any gaming mouse. This one actually looks kind of good. 5.3K sold. It looks like a little bit better with that kind of honeycomb shape. I do like the way that looks. It is a ultra light wired mouse. This one actually looks really good. We can go for this. This one's only $8. I do think that one I really did like for $10. It was like $8 and it was a honeycomb shape. I think I'm gonna go with that, and it is 4.7 stars, so pretty much 5 stars. So let's add this to the cart, and after selecting black, adding it, now $498.58. After making sure everything was under $500, I ordered everything I needed for the setup from Temu. It took a week for almost everything to arrive because the keyboard and headset stand never got delivered since they were stuck in shipping. But at least I got the most important parts of the setup, like the PC, monitor, and most of the peripherals. For 5-star products though, the shipping and condition of some of these boxes though are a little bit questionable. Like this 5-star microphone that we bought for $10 called Yanmai, and it actually had over 11,000 of them sold. Inside of the box, we have a mini tripod that feels, it's just like kind of cheap, plasticky, not really much adjustability, but it should do the job. We have a little manual, and then over here is the microphone, and everything is already attached. Like we have have the pop filter attached and everything. Even the cable, you actually can't disconnect the cable, which kind of sucks, but all you have to do is you just have your microphone and you have your stand and you just tighten it up. Just like that, we have our $10 Temu microphone, and I mean, it looks like a microphone. Everything seems to be here, and let me see if I can plug this in so we can actually check the RGB on it. So it is actually working and we can see RGB. It looks like it's just on like an auto kind of run between all the colors. It's just like rainbow, so like every color in a rainbow. I don't think there is a way to change this. Obviously, we will test the sound quality later, but there is a review we need to check. So Shakira gave it a 5-star review saying, "This looks absolutely beautiful." I think that's a little bit enthusiastic, but I don't think it's a bad looking microphone. I'm in love with it, and it makes a beautiful centerpiece for the kitchen bar. Looks exactly like the picture. Honestly, I agree. I think it looks really good in my kitchen, and it just fits perfectly in there. It's not out of place or anything at all. Next up, we have the mouse, and it's from Magma Snake, and this was only $8, so it was so cheap. So inside is pretty basic. You just get the manual, and then you literally just have the mouse. The mouse honestly looks exactly like it did online, and it surprisingly is very light, and I have to say, it genuinely does not feel that bad. Like the plastic feel of it, it doesn't feel as like cheap as I expected it to be for this price point. The scroll wheel feels good. The clicks, they definitely don't feel the best, and looking at the sensor, it doesn't look too good, so I'm kind of worried how it's going to be for gaming, but RGB is more important, so let's plug it in and see how it actually looks. So it definitely has RGB. It literally is just a ball inside of there, like an RGB ball, but it just changes between colors, and it actually is way brighter than I expected it to be, but for the price, you honestly can't beat it. And according to Joshua Green, he says, "Works way better than expected, feels so good when playing games like Fortnite. Only problem is that it's a little heavy, but overall a good buy." Honestly, I have to disagree. I don't think it's that heavy at all. And now I'm very curious how this mouse actually performs in Fortnite, because for him to mention that, it must have been pretty good. So I have high expectations for this. I honestly have no idea how this is on Temu, because this seriously looks really, really good. The box for this is honestly huge, and inside we have the manual fully inside of the packaging. It looks like we have the monitor base plate or the feet, the power cables with HDMI. Under here is our monitor, which pretty much perfectly fine. I'm a little bit skeptical because it was actually a really good price for this monitor. Okay, so it looks like we should be completely good. I do notice like a tiny like micro scratch, but that's just me being very picky, and it shouldn't affect the monitor at all. For this to be 5 stars, I'm assuming it is very, very easy to put together. So you just click that in place and your monitor arm is already done. And then you go over here, you have the base plate, and it probably is just, yeah, it's literally just a thumb screw. So you don't even need a single screwdriver. Anyone, even if you're like 2 years old, you can just easily put this monitor together. In terms of the adjustability with this monitor, you do actually get a lot. You can move it all the way down. It goes very, very far down. So if you're playing competitive games, it actually is pretty good. You can move it pretty high up as well, but I kind of like to have it down. And I also like to have a little bit of a tilt. So you can tilt it, but that's not even the best part. But it's also 180 hertz, which is honestly more than anyone would really need. And it even has a 0.5 millisecond response time. So very, very like responsive, competitive monitor. It looks good. It is only 1080p, but I mean, honestly, for the price, you can't beat it. That's why I'm not surprised it only has 5-star reviews. And Zach Cook actually very recently bought it, and he says better than I expected, 10 out of 10. So I have really high expectations. It looks really good out of the box, and I'm really curious how it looks when it's actually turned on, because sometimes when you turn a monitor on, the actual colors, and it just doesn't look as good as you thought. I'm assuming this white box is just the headset. It legit does not have any like packaging or branding on it at all. So the main thing about this headset though is over 63,000 people bought it. So if that many people bought it, it better be good. So inside you literally just get the headset and the manual just shows it connecting to like a PS5, laptop, gaming PC, phone, tablet, so pretty much anything. And I have to say, it feels yeah, it feels cheap, but I can't really complain. It was really cheap. Let me put this on real quick. Okay, so it actually doesn't sit on my head too bad. I have to be honest about that. It doesn't feel the most uncomfortable either. I will say definitely isn't like comfortable though. Like the padding on the top is very, very like thin. So it's not like firm in a bad way, but I just think after wearing this for like even 30 minutes, my head might start to hurt a little bit. But yeah, overall for for how cheap this is, I actually am very curious how the sound quality is going to be on this. And that's exactly what MA96 said. Whoever they are, they just said these are quality headphones with a ton of exclamation marks. So they seemed pretty enthusiastic about it, and they said good speaker and great sound, good price as well. I agree. For the price, the fact that you can get a headset like that's actually in one piece for only like $8 is really, really good. And they said the speakers were good, so obviously we can only test it out when we have it plugged into the PC. And speaking about the PC, here it is. Okay, so inside we actually have a free gaming keyboard, and like I mentioned, the gaming keyboard from Temu never shipped, so we're just gonna use this. It is from a brand called Vermax, so pretty much, I mean, the PC was 5 stars, so I'm assuming the keyboard might as well also be 5 stars. It's just a wired keyboard, also has RGB, so this looks perfect. And I'm assuming we might also have a mouse in here. I'm just gonna flip this box over and let everything fall out. Hopefully not break though. There we go, and yes, we do actually get a mouse too. It is from Vermax, but the mouse doesn't look that good. I think the $8 one we bought from Temu is actually better. Okay, immediately I have to say, it feels very, very good. It's not even like a plastic case. I think it actually is like aluminum or like some type of metal. Like you guys can actually hear it. Like it actually sounds good. Like it doesn't feel very cheap, and it feels very quality. Like it's not even extremely light in a bad way. So overall, it actually looks really good. Let's peel this back and we can actually get a better look, or we can actually just fully take off the side panel, and now you guys can actually see a good look at the gaming PC. And I have to say that the cable management definitely isn't the best if I was kind of trying to be picky about it. They did add a bunch of zip ties all around, but I don't even know why they couldn't at least do black zip ties. The white ones just look so ugly if I'm being really, really nitpicky about it. But yeah, I mean, everything looks to be inside the PC. The side panel glass wasn't broken. The PC looks like it has a hard drive, but hidden down over here is a tiny SSD. So we're definitely going to be loading our games on the SSD because it will be way faster compared to the hard drive. But I think we need to actually plug this PC on and actually turn it on to make sure everything's working before I touch anything else. There we go, booted right away, and it looks really, really good. Oh, I didn't even know the actual CPU fan even has RGB. So it looks like we have one nice like RGB fan over here on the front, and it actually matches and looks really, really nice because this is like a glass, tempered glass front panel. So it is a case from a brand called Omen, which is basically HP. Let's peel this back. This might be the best purchase I bought off of Temu. This PC's looking really good overall. I mean, it is at the end of the day, yes, it's 5 stars, but it still is from Temu. You have to keep that in mind. It also does have another 120mm fan over here on the top. This one in the back looks really tiny. I think it's like a 100mm fan, and then the actual CPU cooler is RGB. So like the RGB and overall aesthetic feel of the PC, very, very good. It feels really quality. For $350, the fact that we have RGB, a working PC from Temu, and it actually feels way better than I expected, and a PC that actually has a graphics card in it, everything's looking pretty decent right now. Now, to go over why I picked this PC again, it was mainly down to the specs, the price, and of course the 5-star review. But before we get to the review, so this whole gaming PC with the keyboard and mouse did cost $350, and you're getting the Intel Xeon E5. Not the worst, not the most powerful like CPU in the world. Honestly, it is pretty cheap, and I've used it before. My guess is we're gonna get overall like 100 FPS with that like CPU, and I mean, it kind of matches all the other parts inside of this PC. Like, we do have 16 gigabytes of RAM, but unfortunately it is only on one stick instead of 2 8GB sticks, so we don't have dual channel. But the main thing is we have 16 gigabytes of RAM. That's pretty much necessary for to even game in 2026 at this point. And then the main part and the main reason I bought this PC is because it actually had a dedicated graphics card and wasn't using integrated graphics. So the graphics card is pretty small, and it's not the most powerful because it doesn't even have a PCI plug-in. It just plugs directly into the motherboard, but it is the GTX 650. Obviously a really, really old GPU, but I mean, it should do the job. Hopefully, that's what we're here for, to actually find out. But it is only a 2 gigabyte card. But like I mentioned, the main thing is we just have a dedicated video graphics card. So that's like the whole thing that will actually make this PC even a gaming PC. And this gaming PC is actually a #7 bestseller, which is really, really good, but it only has one 5-star review, and that's the only review on the PC, which is a little bit weird. It's just from Ace AVD I don't really know how to pronounce her name or his name, but it's just 5 stars, and they didn't even say anything. So I would just say 5 stars so far with how it looks for the price and everything, plus being from Temu. The main thing is we actually need to test this out and see how it is with the whole streaming setup, but we still have another thing we need to go on to. So here was our free keyboard that came with the PC, which will actually perfectly replace the missing Temu keyboard I mentioned. I think it should just do the job. It looks membrane. So let's actually feel this. Yeah, it is membrane, but it did look like it had a little bit of RGB. So let's plug this in. There we go. We got our RGB rockin' boys. And I have to say, it actually feels like it flexes. Like it seems like it has a little bit of like a harder plastic over on the like top or like on the base plate. I'm not really sure, but it seems pretty good. And I mean, it doesn't have any adjustability, but we really don't have a choice because we were not given another gaming keyboard. So we're just gonna be gaming with this, I guess. And it's part of the 5-star like setup in general. So that matches perfectly. And to finish off the streaming setup, we have the final parts of like the actual streaming equipment, which include the big key light, which is a lot bigger than I expected, the little webcam, and we also have the mouse pad, which is very important because you need a mouse pad in a gaming setup. Let's start off on the Zome key light. I'm a little bit concerned because it doesn't look like it has a tripod. I might have to end up taping this if it doesn't. Okay, never mind, it does. Okay, this thing is actually kind of bulky. This is actually pretty big, and it looks like it has a good amount of adjustability. Yeah, we have a little mount for it, and then this is actually our main LED fill light is what it's called. Inside should just be the light, and we have, of course, another manual, and it feels cheap. I'm not gonna lie, this feels like, dude, I can literally like punch this in and it feels like it would break. Like this literally feels so cheap. But the main thing is it just needs to actually work and actually be bright. That's literally all it needs to do. Before we plug it in, let's just actually screw it on. I might need to use the mount, or oh no, I actually don't. Okay, perfect. So I don't know why oh, it's like the little ball mount. Ooh, that actually is really good. I think I'm actually gonna use this. So this will basically just give you more adjustability and you can point it exactly where you want, which I think would be good. So I'm actually gonna use that. And now our light actually has more adjustability, so it's very, very easy. We can literally just point it kind of in what direction we want. We can even make it like vertical, which is really nice. And yeah, you can kind of just point this. Maybe you want to have it for your hand cam if you're streaming, or you can use it for your face cam. So that's really nice. Or if you wanted it for like TikTok, you could go like vertical. So I actually think this is pretty good. So we just turned it on. It actually looks pretty good on my face. It does actually make my face pretty bright, so that is nice. It looks like there is a plus sign, so I'm just gonna spam this. Okay, might actually already be on the max brightness right here. So yeah, this is max brightness. I mean, honestly, if I turn it off, oh yeah, it definitely makes a pretty big difference. And I think we can actually change the warmth of the color. So this is more white. We can go like a little bit more yellow, but I think I'm just gonna go with the default one. And I mean, for being from Temu, it seems to do its job. Like, it's just a decent light. The thing is, I think if I didn't have all this other light, it just wouldn't be enough light probably. But if it's like really close to your face, it's good enough, but like from afar, it might not make like any difference, to be honest. This light actually only has 4 reviews, and they're all 5 stars, and literally all it is just people rating it 5 stars. Like, no one actually made a comment on it, but they're all very, very recent buys, so it seems like it's a very new product that just released like a few weeks ago on Temu, but everyone's been rating it 5 stars, so I mean, I think it's good. Like, it does the job. It's a light. Like, there's not much else to say. Now, for one of the most important parts, if not probably the most important part of a streaming setup, is the webcam or face cam, and we have this one from Neurom, and it honestly looks pretty good. The box is very, very good quality, so the shipping on it was amazing, honestly. So to remind you guys, this was only $7, so another very cheap and like kind of Temu on brand type of thing, but inside it looks like, I mean, the packaging is good. Okay, I have to say the weight on it feels good, and that's reassuring. Okay, this honestly, for legit $7, it feels way better than I expected. Like, the quality on it feels way better, and obviously we will have to actually test this out. I just noticed there's actually a very cool thing. It has like a little privacy thing on the top. You can kind of just like rotate this little bar. On the top, you can kind of just flicker this little bar over here, and you can literally use a privacy screen. So it even has very cool tiny features as well. The mount on it is good, and you can actually rotate the webcam on the mount, so it has like a little bar wall mount on it. So that is actually very, very cool. The main thing though is of course the quality of the webcam, which we will have to test out later when it's actually plugged into the PC. But overall, this webcam, it's also 1080p, 60 FPS, and sometimes webcams say that, but the sensor is so bad, it literally looks like it's like 480p. So the main thing is, I'm not too sure how the quality on this is gonna be, so I'm very, very curious. And it's pretty reassuring because Game Power 93 just said good product with 5 stars. So, I mean, my boy doesn't seem too passionate about it, but I mean, he just said it's a good product. So I'm assuming the quality should be pretty good. And time for the final part of our streaming setup is the mouse pad. And this is kind of like a white topo design. I'm very curious how it actually is gonna feel. I think this is kind of like a more medium to large size. Okay, so it is actually not as big as I would have liked, but looking at it, the stitching is all really good. There actually isn't like any misprints on the stitching, and over on the back, we have a full rubber base. So if we actually flip this over and try moving it, it actually is a good rubber base. Sometimes they come with like rubber bases that don't really stick to the desk, but me doing this, it's literally just shaking the desk. It's actually not moving on the desk, which is exactly what you want. And let's just bring back the mouse we originally unboxed. It doesn't feel that bad actually to move around on. The only thing that is a little bit concerning is the keyboard is so big that it takes up like 70% of the mouse pad, but we still should have enough room, honestly, on the mouse side of the mouse pad. I have to say that the print quality definitely isn't like the best I've seen, and I can actually literally see miscoloration. Like some of the blacks look a little bit more black and it looks more like grayish down over near the stitching. So the quality on it isn't that good. This mouse pad actually has a lot of reviews, and it looks like someone's literally promoting their YouTube channel ZTAC. So shout out to you, I guess. But he says it's a nice and wonderful mouse pad. I assume that's what he meant to say. I totally recommend by the texture, material, and effort put into this. Effort put into this seems like a little bit like a bot review. I don't know why he said that, but yeah, I mean, it seems like it does the job, and it was really cheap as well, like pretty much everything in this setup. So yeah. Okay, so I actually lied. This is the last part of the Temu streaming setup because I did order this, and it's literally the exact same one I have because I bought it before off of Temu. But yeah, it's just the headset stand. It just like splits into parts. It's like literally only 2 parts, and put your headset on it. Like, I mean, me personally, I'm rating this 5 stars. It literally is like really cheap, and it does the job, and it's better than just having your headset like lay on the desk. Now it's finally time to put together our $500 Temu streaming setup and put it to the test and see if you can actually build a cheap streaming setup that performs good off of Temu. Finally, I have everything set up. I am not joking. This has been the most annoying process to try and get this PC to work. It just does not want to boot up properly, but now we can actually test out the streaming setup. So the camera you guys are seeing me on right now is actually the $8 Temu camera, and it is super blurry. Like, you can see if I move my hand up, it's like somewhat able to focus on it, but then it just won't focus on my face at all. And you guys are hearing me on the actual like Temu microphone, so I'm assuming that quality on it doesn't sound that good. But yeah, the webcam, like, look at the quality. It looks like it's 480p. It's so blurry. The refresh rate isn't that bad, but it is very, very blurry. So the headphones definitely get a Vermax score of 5 stars. I actually really do agree this is a 5-star Temu product, especially for how cheap it is, and like 60,000 people bought it, so a lot of people actually bought this headphone as well, and it literally is perfectly fine. So the audio quality on it is perfect. And real quick, since we're just talking about audio, I'll just rate this 5 stars as well. The headphone stand literally works. Like, I mean, it didn't break. It's just exactly what it said it is. So I also did order this from Temu before, so yeah, 5 stars for the headphone stand as well. So for our Fortnite settings, we are going to be playing on 1080p DX11 all low settings, and we have it also on full screen, and we're on performance mode. So I'm trying to give this PC the best chance possible to get a 5-star Vermax rating, although from the issues earlier, it's not looking too hot. Keep in mind, this is the FPS we are getting without recording on OBS. We're getting 30 FPS. The mousepad feels pretty good, and I think the best part so far is honestly the monitor. At an angle, the colors are not that good, but for $100, we're getting a 180 hertz monitor, which feels really good to game on. It's really smooth, and I mean, everything just works as you would expect. Oh, we're getting 100 FPS, so it looks like now that there's less people and there's less stuff to render, the PC is able to get 100 FPS, which is nice. Yeah, it is getting a lot closer to 100 FPS now. Oh my gosh, you're dead. Dead! Let's go! We just killed that kid. That was definitely the best player in the game for sure. Come on, give me something. 40 white? Oh my gosh. Let's go. We just won on the 5-star Temu streaming setup, and now that there's less input delay since there's no one in, I'm actually able to build pretty good. We just kind of cooked there. I was able to build a somewhat working streaming setup off of Temu, but I think it's pretty safe to say that it definitely was not very good. I will have everything linked down below if you're interested, because some of the things were decent. But wait, before you click off, almost 80% of you guys that watch this video are not subbed, and we need to change that ASAP. Next, check out this video that YouTube thinks you'll enjoy, and don't forget, Jesus loves you.